Hi, I'm Jay Goldman, and you are watching Status Update on Butterscotch.com. Today we're going to take a look at how to get started blogging. This is a question I get all the time from people, and I've actually been surprised that I'm not getting it less, even though social media has been sort of the buzzword du jour and everybody's talking about it. People are still really interested in blogging and getting out there and sharing their content in sort of longer form that social media doesn't necessarily allow for. They're really effective for that and for building up an audience. They're also really, really good for search engine optimization. So if you have a website that you're trying to promote, it could be something that you're doing personally as a personal project. It could also be the company that you work for, a brand that you're trying to promote. Having a blog on it is fantastic for search engine optimization because it provides tons of fresh content on a regular basis that Google will come back and index. And it also provides lots of opportunity to talk about the keywords that you are trying to optimize your search engine for. So I would definitely advocate that people go out there and do blogs if they're trying to attract an audience or build an audience or generate traffic to their website. You should decide why you want to blog before you decide how you're going to get started or even what you're going to write about. And there's a bunch of reasons why you might do this. So you might want a venue to just practice your writing. It's a great way to do that because you can post all the time and you can do long form and short form and all kinds of different things. So if you just want to practice being a better writer, it's a great way to do that. And you can even do things like look for a word a day websites that feed you one word every day, and then you can just jump in and write a post about that. You might be looking to build an audience either on a personal level or as a company. You might even just be looking to promote products or from a company or brand. Any of those are good reasons to do a blog, but you should figure out why you want to do it before because it'll help you be a lot more focused in the way that you approach your blogging. Ideal blog posts are generally in the 300 to 600 word range. That's by no means a hard limit, so some people get away with much longer blog posts than that, and also lots of people write blogs that are a lot shorter than that. If you want to really build up an audience and you want to get people commenting, and if you're doing it for search engine optimization reasons, then you want to aim to be in that 300 to 600 word sweet spot. You also want to make sure that your posts are kind of focused around one thing, and that's really important if you're doing it for SEO because that allows you to narrowly focus in on a keyword. But even just sort of focusing on a single topic in a post will allow your readers to relate to it much more easily. They may be coming from a completely different website that's linked to one of your posts, so you want to sort of keep a narrow focus there so that they can keep the thread of whatever it was that the other person had linked over to them for. So try to do posts, again, 300 to 600 words kind of focused in on a single topic per post. You can always write another post if you have something else to say and link back and forth between them. Blog readers love lists and series when they're reading posts. Lists are great because they're easy to write, so you can always come up with a top 10 list around a topic or a top 5 list on a topic, and people love top 10 lists, so very good way to write content that people are going to pick up and comment on and follow. They're also really easy to scan, especially if you bold some of the words. We've found in the past with blogs that I've been working on that bolding the first couple of words of each one of the bullet points lets people scan down the post really quickly and decide if it's something that they want to spend the time reading. So great for scannability, great for readability, and people really like it. Series are good because they bring people back for the next post. So if you want to do a post, across a series of maybe 3 or 4 different posts, kind of touching in on a topic, you can link back and forth between them. And depending on the blogging platform that you're using, there are great plugins for making that series linkable. So if you're on WordPress, there's one called InSeries, for example. You can find it in the WordPress plugin directory. So you want to blog and you're not sure how to get started. Well, the best advice that I can do is just keep doing it. The more that you write, the better that you get. So head over to WordPress.com, which would be the blogging platform that I would recommend. Start with one of the free accounts there and just start writing. You can easily export the content that you're putting in there later if you want to import it into a self-hosted version of WordPress because you're going to do a whole bunch of custom stuff on it, or into one of the other platforms. I suggest the 50 by 5 approach. This is a really simple way to do this that I came up with. It'll take you a few short minutes to get sort of set up for it, and then it'll give you enough posts to be able to get rolling on this and really pick up your momentum. So you want to do this electronically rather than a pen on paper because you're going to need to move the list around a bit. You can just do it in Notepad or Word or even in Excel if you'd like to. And you're going to sit down and make yourself a list of the 50 topics that you're an expert on. And when I say expert there, I mean enough of an expert that you have credible information to share that people are going to find valuable. Keep the topics pretty narrow, so rather than just writing down social media as one line, you might write down how to attract Twitter followers with scheduled tweets. Go back over that list and group them into 5 categories, and then reorder the list so that you go through the categories in order and you're sort of spreading them out. The 5 categories are going to be the main things that you talk about, so maybe on Mondays you talk about one, Tuesdays you talk about another, etc. Also spread out the ones that you feel most comfortable writing into the mix so that you're not just doing them all up front and then you get hit with all the ones that are a little bit harder to write. That'll keep your momentum going. Commit to writing 1 post a day for the next 50 days, and I guarantee that you will have an audience. You just work your way through the list. This has been Status Update on Butterscotch.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Jay Goldman. We'll catch you next time.